Hello, BookTube. Well, it's Tuesday, and those days used to be happy and carefree. They used to be Tag Tuesday, where I did tags. And then two horrible things happened at roughly the same time. One, BookTube remembered that I am an outcast, a leper, a pariah, so nobody tags me anymore. And the second is that Aaron Facer reached out from beyond the grave and turned Tag Tuesday into Bag Tuesday, where he talked very innocently about his work bag and his travel bag, and Bill Rutenberg talked about his travel bag, and Hannah at Hannah's Books got into the action, and so did Heather Gregg. And these discussions coincided with a realization on my part that the shoulder bag that I'd been using for 2 years was about to give out. It's about to fall apart. The shoulder strap was about to rip apart from the body of the bag, which would ordinarily take about 20 years to happen, but every time I leave the house for errands, I come back with 50 pounds of books. And 50 pounds in a bag like that, walking and walking and walking, will put a lot of strain on it. They're not made to do that. And I know that. And I saw that in my shoulder bag, so I thought, all right, well, prompted by Aaron Facer, I should probably reassess my shoulder bag situation. I had my surly houseboy open the closet in my little book room. Takes a bit of to do, but we did it. And I pulled out all of the shoulder bag candidates. And I went through them one by one. And they all had noticeable defects of one kind or another. Until finally, I'd narrowed the field down to this. A battered old leather bag that can be seen 6 years ago in a lot of my videos. When it didn't look quite this weathered, when the texture was a lot like this. It boiled down to this because this has a nice, big, generous flap that covers the whole of the inside of the bag. And I was told by a number of you that I could either restain this or draw out the original coloring. That this doesn't need to look quite as faded as it does. I was worried about it because it has the same structural defect. This is only as good as the shoulder strap attaching to the bag itself. Now, the shoulder strap here is attached with one of these metal clasps, which I really like. It's on a pivot, so it can't ever be on your shoulder the wrong way. But the thing that it's attached to is just this. And that has double line of stitching here and a metal divot. If that gives out, then it doesn't matter how good this is. The strap is still going to pull off the bag, and the bag is going to be useless. And I used this. I took it out and used it, since it was really the only one left. The only other thing is a very flimsy cloth bag. I took this out and used it, and I don't know how I used this originally, because it just isn't very big. It filled in no time at all, even though it was your favorite. It was the favorite of the people who've been watching my bag saga. And since it filled up really quick, and since that really doesn't work for me, I hurled it away from me with great violence and spat upon it in scorn. But I don't have any alternatives. The alternative is to buy a bag on Amazon. And I went looking on Amazon, and the ones I saw that weren't cheap looked too small. And the ones that didn't look too small weren't cheap. They were very expensive. I don't want to pay $50 for a bag if I can go to a thrift store and pay $2 for one. Nevertheless, thrift stores have not been availing. And I had errands to do today, after I had scorned and put aside all of the shoulder bags that I have, so leaving no candidates whatsoever. I had errands to do today, and I knew that even if I went on those errands and thought, well, just don't get any books, I knew that I would, and I did. But going ahead of time, looking at those errands, I thought, well, I guess I can just carry a Brattle Tote bag. This is a Brattle Tote bag. This is the handle is sewn all the way down the side of the bag, so for maximum carrying capacity, and also there's a divot here to hold it in place. It is only cloth. But it's fairly sturdily made. It'd be possible to put 50 pounds of books in this thing, just not often. And I thought, has it come to this? That I'm so destitute of bags that I am going to have to carry this thing under my arm like that and have nothing in my hands at all, nothing over my shoulder? And I was telling all of this to Micah Cummins. And I was telling him I would have to carry just a tote bag, like a common bridge troll, because I don't have any shoulder bags anymore. And he said, you gave up on the leather shoulder bag far too quickly. And I said, Well, you're not telling me that I should carry that on my errands. It creaked the last time I used it. It could give out at any minute. And he said that if I didn't use the leather shoulder bag on my errands today, I was a soy boy cuck. So I did. Bullied into it, I did use the leather shoulder bag again today. I made sure to tuck the tote bag inside it because the leather shoulder bag, in addition to creaking, in addition to these things creaking, see, that's about ready to give out. In addition to that, it doesn't have enough room. And provisionally, it worked. I mean, I went out. I sure enough did collect 50 pounds of books. I got them back here in one piece without anything falling apart, but even so, I had to use the tote bag and I was not happy. Steve was not happy. And while I was out, I looked for replacement shoulder bags and saw nothing. Nothing at all. Actually, that's not true. I did see something. It was kind of weird. It was big and it was leather. It had all sorts of interior structures to it, cardboard and padding. I don't worry about that because you just take a knife to that. You can just Frankenstein that right out of the bag. I was looking at it. I look right past that stuff now. This thing originally had tons of that in it, and it's now formless and shapeless. I look right past that now. I knew that I could get all that stuff out of there and make it a big formless bag. But it had a maker's name on it that was embossed into the fabric of the bag. No way to remove it. No way to hide it. No way to do anything with it. So I didn't get that bag. It was the closest thing I came, and I didn't do it. The suggestion has been made that perhaps I should make a call to action like all other sexy YouTube influencers and get all of you to send me bags, but I don't think we need that. That would be a disaster. Instead, I will just keep looking for them. And in the meantime, I guess, goaded and bullied by Aaron Facer and Micah Cummins, who are really the bad element. They're the Jets and the Sharks of BookTube. Goaded by them, I will use this unholy combination of the leather shoulder bag and a Brattle Tote bag. I guess will be my combination now when I go out. I think I'm doing errands again this week, so I'll just have to do it then. I do not have a bag that actually fits the need, that actually satisfies me. So do I go on Amazon and get one? And how do I know that it satisfies me? That's the problem with Amazon, apart from the eye-watering price, is that I can't lay my hands on it. I don't know whether or not it's anything that's good. So I might open a package of a bag in the mail that was not cheap and instantly know that it isn't good for anything. That would be very bitter. That would be wicked bitter. If I do that, that will certainly be done by next Bag Tuesday, and I will keep you updated. In the meantime, I will have another errand run this week. I don't know what I'll do. Will I bring the same combination? If I do, I will report back. Anyway, that's your Bag Tuesday update. I will wrap this up for now, but I'll be back. Thank you.